Good evening. I will call to order the Finance Committee meeting on June 15th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. We have two items on the agenda this evening. We have creation of the Lizotte Drive stabilization account and transfer request. We also have a proposed non-union salary ordinance for 4 positions. I'll begin with order number 26-100-9765. Creation of the Lizotte Drive stabilization account and a transfer request in the amount of $200,000. I'll begin by reading the letter submitted by the mayor. Dear Council President Ossing and councilors, enclosed for your review and approval, 3 transfer requests and an order establishing the creation of Lizotte Drive stabilization account. The first transfer request is in the amount of $50,000 from free cash to be moved into the Fire Station Stabilization Fund. The second and third transfer requests are in the amount of $50,000 and $100,000 from free cash to be moved into an established Lizotte Drive stabilization account. These requests are in response to the monies which were given to the city as part of the conditions relating to special permit number 25-100-9483E. Please do not hesitate to contact me or my office with any questions. Sincerely, J. Christian Dumas, Mayor. And thank you, Mr. Mayor, for sending that down. I also want to thank Urban. I know Council Ficillo, Council Ossing was part of that, getting that mitigation as well. So that was really nice to have that into the in front of the councils to make that decision. I'll open that up to the finance team for any questions or comments.
Mr. Chair.
Council Ficillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No questions. Appreciated the conversation we had in Urban Affairs to secure this funding. And so I'm going to take these up in a handful of votes here.
Yes, Council.
Okay, so I'll start to move to approve the $50,000 transfer from free cash to the Fire Station Stabilization Fund.
Very good. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the $50,000 transfer request into the Fire Station Stabilization account. Any further questions? Seeing none, all in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That carries. Next, I'll be looking to entertain a motion for the creation of Lizotte. Council Ficillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Move to approve the creation of the Lizotte Drive stabilization account.
Motion's been made, and I will second that to approve the creation of the Lizotte Drive stabilization account. Any further questions? Seeing none, all in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That carries. And then we have one more to entertain a motion for the other $150,000.
Mr. Chair.
Council Ficillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Move to approve the $50,000 and $100,000 transfer from free cash to the newly established Lizotte Drive stabilization account.
Motion is made, and I will second that to approve the transfer request in the amount of $150,000 and $50,000 into the newly created Lizotte Drive stabilization account. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That carries. Thank you, Councilor. Moving on to the next item on the agenda is order number 26-100-9765. 100-9697D is attached salary ordinance for the following positions: City Collector, Assistant Finance Director, City Collector, Recreation Director starting at step 4, and Assistant Recreation Director. And I'll just briefly read the brief letter from the Mayor. Dear Council President Ossing and Councilors, per your request at the Finance Committee meeting on Monday, June 1st, attached, please find an updated annualized 7-step salary ordinance for non-union employees. Sincerely, J. Christian Dumas, Mayor. And again, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for sending that down to us in a quick manner. That was very nice. I also want to reiterate that this discussion will only be for these 4 positions, which I know in the last meeting that we had, we obviously all supported the Recreation Director and the Assistant Director, and we wanted to get that through. With that said, I will open it up for any comments.
Motion to approve for discussion.
Okay. And the motion.
So what does that mean?
To approve these 4, if I may, Mr. Chair, through you to the Councilor Ossing, because I knew that's why I made the motion for discussion. and I will be glad to discuss it.
So what we would be looking for.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. President.
So this is before us for discussion right now. You either make a motion to do something, you don't make a motion to discuss. The item is before the Finance Committee to discuss. Once you're done discussing, then you make a motion to do something.
You can do it either way, Ms. Counselor. I've seen it done both ways. I don't see where the big problem is there. I've seen motions for discussion. I've seen motions after discussion. It doesn't matter. If you want to prove to me it's different in Robert's rules, feel free to do it, but I've been around a long time, and I've seen it done both ways.
So
But back to you, Mr. Chair.
Is that your motion for discussion?
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motions are made and seconded to approve for discussion. Any further discussion? Council Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to be clear. So there's a motion to have discussion on this item. It is not a motion to approve what's in front of us, correct?
That is
Mr.
correct.
Chair, my motion was to approve and for discussion. If
Oh, I
I didn't say
apologize.
to approve, I apologize.
Okay, all right. I
And-
apologize.
And again, it's a motion, it's not saying, it's just giving indication I would like to have
And
discussion.
I'll just give you just a little bit of where I'm coming from, too, because
Sure.
we did have a lengthy discussion on these positions. What we would first have to do, if we decided on this, is we'd have to refer it to the city solicitor, put it in legal form. Then down the road, we'd have to vote on it as a council, and then we still would have to advertise it. So I don't know if we want to take that time of doing that when we can have an open discussion with it quickly, and we can just have an open dialogue on this, and they can make a motion to, at that point, send it to legal if that's what we approve on.
And advertise.
And it wouldn't be, advertised would be at a later time.
Yep.
Mr. President?
Point of information. So, again, you need to discuss the item before you can make, well, you don't have to, but to make a motion to approve something, you don't know what you just said you're approving. So I disagree with the concept. Discuss what's in front of the city council, of the finance committee right now. The four salary, do you agree with the starting rates? Do you agree with the 7-step process? Do you agree with the start time or the effective date of the ordinance? Go look at it. If everybody's good with it, then your motion would be appropriate. But no one's looked at anything yet, so how can you make a motion to say, we're good to go? It doesn't compute from what I've learned on my years on the council.
Council Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do echo the sentiment here from President Ossing. I would much prefer that we have a conversation about this and then eventually move to send these to the solicitor to have them put in proper legal form so they can come back to the council so we can take a look. I mean, I know we have a hearty discussion ahead of us about these 4 positions, and so, I'd be happy to kind of get into that. But I don't think I'd be in favor of moving to approve anything yet.
Yep.
Before we have that conversation.
Thank you, Council Fitzgerald.
Thank
So
you.
the motion has been seconded. I will take a vote. Motion's been made, seconded by Council Vital. All in favor to have a discussion?
We can vote on that, but I don't,
1, 2, that does, that,
To have a
That-
discussion, because his motion was to approve and to have a discussion.
we're not approving, it's just for discussion. Motion to approve and discuss, and then at the end, I would ask that the final vote be taken. I don't disagree, I don't want to jump to the approval, but I want to see discussion.
and that was the motion, and I'll take the vote again. All in favor to have the motion for discussion and to approve? All in favor? 1, that does not carry.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll start at another step. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
That's fine. So yes, for the finance team, as President Ossing has mentioned that in our notes here, there is all the individual steps for each one of the city collector, recreation director, assistant recreation director. I also want to point out, if you read it, if we do approve this, this would be for 40 hours per week, and the effective date of the salary ordinance shall be August 1st, 2026. This ordinance shall supersede and replace any existing rate for said positions, if applicable, and in the current salary schedule. So, President Ossing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, councilors, what I did was, the mayor sent down in his June 4th, he did what the finance committee asked, which is 7-step for all 30 positions, all right? In his March letter, the priority is for 4 positions: the collector, collector assistant finance director, assistant recreation director, and the recreation director. Those were the 4 priorities. So what I did was I extracted what was on here to the last page of the finance agenda, just a 1-page draft salary ordinance. This is Mike Ossing's salary ordinance, not solicitor approved, not anything. But this is what I would recommend, if the council agrees with the steps and the 4 positions, that this gets referred to the city solicitor, and I'm sure he can turn it around to have on our Monday agenda if the mayor thinks is of high enough priority, because it has to come back to us in order to advertise, and then if we advertise, then we can vote. So we'd be able to vote on a July 22nd-ish meeting. All right, so if the council agrees that they like the 4 positions, they like the 4 steps, 40 hours per week, effective date 8/1, this is what you'd be voting on, which then you can make that motion, Council Orm, and I'd be tickled pink with that one, to approve this, to send it to the solicitor to put in proper format for us to advertise and then vote. Because we can't approve anything right now. Nothing's been advertised. All right? But you got to figure out what is it that you want to do. And the mayor's asked for 4 positions. These are the 4. I did the homework. Otherwise, you're going to try to find them on the 7-step, on the June 4th memo, or letter on the council, and you'll be trying to extract them, and you'll struggle like I did, which is why I came up with a 1-page, easy one that says, these are the 4 spots.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chair, so we have attached to the Finance Committee meeting, I believe what Council Ossing just mentioned, that first page.
That's correct, Arthur.
That is, okay, I didn't know that was authored by Council Ossing, so with that noted, we also we received the deltas on a 15-step versus 7-step. I don't know if everyone received that from the mayor, but
Yes.
I do have that. I had it open a minute ago, but I was looking for something. And I think as we progress, I know we're only discussing 4 positions, and I don't want to in any way hinder the opportunity to have an attractive salary schedule. As noted before, my main concern is that we look at our employees and treat them the way you would expect to treat an employee working for a city this size. With that said, I know we don't need to debate that, but we debated it enough at the last meeting. I do still prefer the 15-step. I think that gives an employee some future view of where they're going, and it holds employees in my view. But I will, again, agree to the 7-step at this time, and hopefully we'll have further discussion down the road as it relates to the budget and the 15-step and how that relates to the retention of employees.
And again, as Councilor Fitzgerald had mentioned at the Finance Committee a couple weeks ago, we supported these positions, and who knows if it came to the full council with the other 15 steps, it may have not carried.
Or it could have carried. You
Right.
don't know. You know.
So this is a good way to at least get these 4 positions. Council Vital.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make the motion to send this last page, along with the notes at the bottom, the 40 hours per week and starting on August 1st, send this to the solicitor for proper format and to advertise.
I don't think we want to, do we want to advertise just yet? Probably not. Yeah.
Mr. Chair, so you
Thank you,
can't
Mr.
advertise yet,
We
because it's
don't
got to
have-
come back in proper format.
Make the motion to send it to the solicitor to put it in proper format.
Thank you. Motion's been made, and I will second that for order number 26-100-9697D to refer to the city solicitor to put in legal form. Any further discussion? Council Roby.
Thank you. Sorry, I got here late. I had my times mixed up. On the agenda for the order, it has that the Recreation Director starts at step 4. There's nothing on the order that indicates that. Should that be there?
I think the others are just not.
So,
But it was,
thank you,
Mr.
Mr. Chair.
President.
So we can put it on there if you want, Council Roby. Otherwise, I thought when it came back, we would just add that and say we want the recreation director to start at step 4. But if you want, that doesn't have to be a salary ordinance, that's just like any time the mayor wants to come down and adjust the starting step, we just agree to say, we approve this and we're gonna start it, because the comptroller may come back and say, hey, the new finance dude, we need him to start at step something greater than 1. And that's not a salary ordinance change, that's just a acknowledgement by the council that we say, okay, we're gonna pay additional funds to start whatever the individual's at.
All right, because on the order that has all of the positions listed in it, it does have a chart listing where people start,
Yep.
and it's part of the order. So, and I've seen past orders where it's specified if we're listing existing people, but we're bumping them up. So I just if the plan is to really have the recreation director start at step 4, I suppose it'll have to be a budget adjustment anyway, so I don't know if
Yes.
that would impact it, but.
That's a good point, Counselor. Yeah. So motion's been made and seconded to refer this to the city solicitor. Any further discussion? All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That carries. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chair?
Counselor Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Move to adjourn.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are adjourned at 6:46 PM. Thank you, Council.